Now recording for MIST 4620 Deliverable 8. As you can see here, we have our user story table for the sprint where we had to develop donor reports for new repeat donors, new lapsed donors, new lost donors, as well as the recovered donors per quarter. And as well as you can see here, everything has been met according to the acceptance criteria that was provided. Now we're just going to go through and look at each report. For the sake of time, I'm not going to make new accounts for each report, but instead I'll show some accounts dates that were used when generating the reports instead. So here we have our new repeat donors. And as you can see, we have their name as well as their mailing address and contact information if they had provided any. We also have their contact ID and account name. Plus we have our percentage of conversion. The error here indicates that it's being divided by 0, which means that there were 0 accounts in PQ5. And down here we see our percent change over the 5-year average, which is increased by 400%. The new lapsed donor report looks very similar. Here, oops. Sorry about that. Just give it one moment. Okay. Here you can see the first and last name as well as the account name and address and email provided by the contact. Again, we see our contact ID and account names, as well as the conversion percentage, as well as the percent change per annual year. And here we have one account that was made in PQ5, as well as the change in lapsed donors for a 5-year average and the percent change in a 5-year average. For this one, I will show the contact information, the dates for this account, which we can see by clicking on here, and the opportunities show the dates. So there was PQ8 and then PQ7, which is what allowed us to make this account a lapsed donor. Our next one will be the lost donors per quarter. Again, you can see here they have their name and mailing address. Clearly these contacts did not have an email address provided. And then we see our lapsed and newly lost donors in this section, with a conversion percentage of 100 and an annual percentage change of -33% using these contacts and account names. And then lastly, we have our recovered donors, which again looks very similar to the previous tables. We have our name and their mailing address. This contact also did not have an email address provided. Next, we see the contact ID and account names, as well as the conversion percentage down here, which displays 10%. And again, this error indicates that it's dividing by 0, as there were 0 accounts or contacts created in this PQ5 area. And lastly, it shows an increased percentage change of 400% based on the 5-year average, using only this one contact and account, which is linked. That's it for this one.